Welcome into a brand new edition of the 06010 ESPN Communications podcast. I'm your host, Alex Feuz, and we have a special guest for you today, Kendrick Perkins, ESPN NBA analyst. Perk, thanks so much for joining the podcast today. Celtics, Lakers, this Saturday on ABC. The Lakers visit the Celtics. Why should fans be so interested in this game on ABC this Saturday?
One, let's start off by you have LeBron James and Luka going into the Garden, TD Garden, to battle the defending champs and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Okay, those two duos matching up is enough excitement in itself. And then you talk about the history, right? Two of the greatest franchises in sports, the rivalry, Celtics, Lakers, Saturday, prime time. It's all the energy that you need. Anytime LeBron James is back in Boston, it's must-see TV. And with the Lakers uniform on, it's definitely going to be some action.
You played for the Celtics. When did you realize the history and how big and special this rivalry between these two teams are?
Oh, when I got there. When we played the Lakers, when I was in Boston, and Cedric Cornbread Maxwell and James Worthy used to always go at it, even when they and I'm talking about going at it now at the age that they are, retired going at it. We go kick your behind today. Oh nah, we got something for you. That's how you know that rivalry is real. And also I think just the energy of the fans lets you know how real that rivalry is. And it's a feeling you really can't describe or put your hands on. You just have to be a part of it.
Without a doubt. We'll get into your career. You've been one of the most entertaining analysts here at ESPN, and you're an outspoken one with that as well. What's the transition been like as a player to an analyst?
Well, I mean, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's been a lot of highs, some lows. I'm not perfect. I have made mistakes. I done got called in the principal office a few times, like, hey, Perk, look now, we let you say a lot, but, you was kind of overboard on that one. But you live and you learn. And, man, it's been a great journey, a fun journey, to the point where I don't even like people to remember Kendrick Perkins as the basketball player. I want them to remember me now of who I am as an analyst. And I don't know if you noticed, but, whatever show that I'm on, it doesn't say former NBA champion, right? It says Kendrick Perkins, ESPN analyst, because that's what I asked and that's what I wanted it to be. I'm on a journey of trying to make this career better than my last.
You appear on NBA Today, NBA Countdown, First Take, and many others. We'll get into your appearances and your takes later on in this. But when did you have that mindset of, I want to be better at this career than my past career? When did you realize that this is a goal for you?
Well, once I realized that people actually like and love Kendrick Perkins from Beaumont, Texas, a country boy that speaks with broken English, that may say some sayings that he picked up from his great uncles and his grandfathers and things to that nature. And once I saw that I had my own lane in this space, I was like, oh, okay, well, the sky's the limit. And as a basketball player, although I did play 14 years, won the NBA championship, went to several finals, I told myself that I wasn't going to have any regrets.
You mentioned the catchphrases, and I love the catchphrases. When did you realize this is something you should lean into and start using on air?
I mean, after a few times because at first you be kind of nervous when you go on and you got a catchphrase and you like, people go think it's funny. And then once I started, getting the reaction that I wanted, it was just that key in my back to keep going. And so I pick and choose my spots. I try not to use them every day or every other day. I try to space them out. And I actually, have some in my back pocket that I like to keep on special shows and special topics that we talk about.
What's your favorite? If you could rank them, give me your top 3 favorite catchphrases.
Well, I think, I think the one that went viral the most was uh "Don't Make Me Address You Like the Numbers on the House." I think another one that catch people off guard is, down their heels like a pair of church socks. What's another one? Oh, when the situation is gone, I always say that situation or that individual is dead bird, tall grass. So, I would say those might be my top three, but I let the fans choose. I done said a lot of stuff on that, but I let the fans choose.
What about Carry the Hell On? How about that one?
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? I'm trying to come up with something new, but until I
Okay.
do, it got to be better than Carry the Hell On. But if I don't, then I'm gonna stick with that.
Perk, bring me back when you were playing. How interested or aware of the media that covers sports were you? Were you listening to what Stephen A was saying every morning on First Take? How much were you reading the newspapers if you're in the locker room? How aware were you of the sports media when you were playing?
I was very aware. I mean, Kevin Garnett, he told me as a young player, don't just run and turn on the TV to hear them say something good about you. Keep that same energy when you play bad and use it as motivation. But it never affected me. I always knew, when you sign up and you enter the draft, then you're entering for the fortune and the fame. And sometimes that fame is bad fame. I think that's what, you're built. That's why you're here, because you're supposed to be built for those moments. But again, when I was playing, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be sitting on air on ESPN on the biggest stage doing what I'm doing today. I started off by actually tweeting throughout the course of a playoff game, and I got a direct message on Twitter like, "Hey, would you want to come on air?" And I'm like, "Me? Yeah, all right, cool."
When you were playing, did you ever have aspirations to do this?
Never, never. I
Wow.
didn't even know, right? Like again, I'm a country boy, but I'm happy that I'm here now. I remember actually my first big take was on Get Up. And I remember I said Kawhi Leonard reminds me of Michael Jordan, and I remember it just went viral, and the rest was history after that.
What does your phone look like after one of your takes go viral? How many people reach out to you?
I could look down and it might be 200 unread messages. And I don't even have my alerts on for social media because I get a headache.
Perk, speaking to that, obviously, we mentioned all the shows you appear on: Get Up, First Take, NBA Today, and Countdown. How do you prepare differently when you go on a First Take or a Get Up or an NBA Today or Countdown? How do you prepare for those different mediums?
Well, I mean, it's different because it's different shows, right? And it's different hosts and it's different personalities. Get Up is, a mixture of insight, drama, and standing on business. And when I say standing on business, meaning Greeny wants you to put out that thing that everyone's thinking, but they're staying quiet about, right? First take is who disagree and why they disagree, and how can I capture the audience to make them side with me, right? That's what makes a great debate. And when you do your sports center hits, it's more insightful. But again, you want to bring the joy and humor to it to show your personality. NBA Today is all the above for me, and Countdown is more so highlighting the game, players, and organization. Now, all those highlights may not be good highlights, right? But you got to let the people know what's going on, and you got to let the people know what the truth is.
You've had a lot of classic debates with Stephen A. Smith. I would be remiss not to ask you about this. What is it like to go head on head with him on First Take?
One of the smartest individuals I ever been around. I've never seen an individual that has an on and off switch like him. Meaning, when it's time to do the show, then I have to strap my shoes up. After the show, me and him going to breakfast and lunch together. And that doesn't mean that it's staged or it's scripted, because he has his belief and I have my belief. And we could go at it. You'll be surprised how many people stop me when I'm outside, whether that's walking through the airport or stores or whatever the case may be, and be like, don't let up on Stephen A. And I'm like, nah, Stephen A. my boy. But when we get on television, he have his points, I have my points, and we have a great debate. But when I say one of the most intelligent individuals, one of the most hardworking individuals, that's him.
What would you say you learned the most from working with Stephen A?
How to work hard. Learning the balance of when to apply pressure and when to pull back. Learning and reading the room, or should I say the studio, of who you want to sit with, right? And bringing out the best. It's times where I didn't learn that, if Stephen A., because he works so much and it's a tough morning and he wake up and I see him slow, I may ruffle his feathers a little bit, right? Just to wake him up. And he'll do the same thing with me. So it's just being a sponge and soaking in all the knowledge and wisdom that you can from him, because he has done it at a high level and still doing it at the highest level right now.
Perk, you've been here for a while now, and as a player, you said earlier you didn't know if you wanted to get into this industry. When did you know, once you joined that ESPN, that you were cut out for this business?
Well, I'll tell you, me and good friend Cassidy Hubbard, we did hoop streams, and it was I believe, 2019 NBA Finals, Raptors, Golden State, and our numbers were through the roof on hoop streams. And I was like, okay, shows were great, everything. And right then, I started seeing everyone graduate and move up and get promotions, from Cassidy to myself to the producers. And I was like, oh, it's real. We built something. We had record-breaking numbers, and everybody started going up. And right then, I was like, oh, okay, this could be real.
And then when did you know that you were going to be good in the debate forum? Would you debate players in the locker room pregame as a player on certain things? Like when did you know you could bring that?
My wife tell me that naturally I just debate. Like I'm not a person to argue, but I am a person that will get under your skin. I will say that.
Noted. Perk, this is my favorite part of any interview I do. We call it the Feuz Fast Five. It's 5 quick questions.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
If you could host a podcast with anyone in your phone contacts, who are you choosing and why?
It wouldn't have to be my high school homeboys that we played, that my high school homeboys, but was also my teammates on my basketball team. That would be that. To hit our high school moments and how we interact, that would be must-see TV, must listen.
What's their reaction to see you have all this success here at ESPN?
I mean, they're happy for me. Obviously, I say a lot of things that a lot of them don't agree with, which starts a whole nother debate in our group message, but they'll be fine.
If you could star in a Disney movie remake, which star or movie would you want to be in?
Lion King.
Okay.
Absolutely. Lion King. I know somewhere they could have a role or animal that fits me. Right? I don't know what it is, but I know I could definitely have a role in Lion King.
I think so too. I agree with you on that. If you could have dinner with an NBA legend, he passed on or still with us, who would you choose?
I could have dinner with it. Jordan.
Yeah.
MJ, for sure. Because no one ever sees MJ, right? Like it's rare when we get times to even hear him speak now since he's been retired. I just want to sit down with him. Like, I don't even have to say nothing. I just need 2 hours to look and listen to Michael Jordan. And I promise you, I signed a non-disclosure, whatever you need me to sign, just for me to have that moment.
What would be the first question you ask him?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't know what question to ask. I would actually let him lead off. I wouldn't. Because here's the thing: in those 2 hours, I need to grow. I need for him to learn that, hey, Perk a cool dude. I need to trust him. So I don't want to ask a question where I don't get invited back to the second dinner.
I agree with that. That's very smart on your part. You don't want to debate him. You don't want to debate him. You're getting debates, but you don't want to debate him. You have a very great relationship, all of you, on the NBA Today and Countdown crew. If you could choose a go-to karaoke song for the whole group, which song would you choose?
Ooh, a go-to karaoke song. It's a good question. You know what? You could never go wrong with "It's Our Anniversary" because you have so many moving parts that can hit so many notes, right? And then the mixture. So I would have to say that.
Well, before the NBA season is over, we need to see that video, okay? We need
Good try.
to see that, okay?
Good try. Yeah.
What's one last thing for the people that they need to know for this Saturday's game between the Lakers and Celtics?
Well, I will say this, okay? This will tell us a lot about the Los Angeles Lakers. I already know enough, but if they go into the Garden and go against a fully loaded, healthy Celtic squad and somehow pull off a victory, we might have to have a different conversation come Monday about who's going to represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. Right now, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder, but this test and so far what they've been doing, if they go into the Garden, because I'm expecting Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis to be back and somehow pull off a victory, we're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Perk, thanks again for doing this. So much fun. Thanks for your time today.
Alex, thank you, man. Keep up the great work. And guess what? Carry the hell on.
Perk, thank you.
Thank you.